Yo, 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 welcome to NS9 pregame show. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. We are live in LeCom Stadium. Next to me is Jim. Next to me on the other side is Tyler. Fellas, it's great to be back. What is up?
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Yeah, I mean, it's impossible to not just love this place. Every time I come back here, this is my happy place. So I am happy right now.
It's a great atmosphere today. The weather's great. Baseball's back, boys.
It is. It is. I'm excited. It's a nice day. It's beautiful. I feel like this is a duo from last year. Like literally how we started the first pregame show last year. I looked up and said, there's not a cloud in the sky. It's nice out. It's the same thing. Beautiful Florida.
Yeah, I mean, it's 73 and sunny right now. And like you said, not a cloud in the sky. We've been here for a couple hours now. I haven't gotten sunburnt yet. I haven't even applied sunscreen, so
it's coming.
I'm going to have to make sure I do that after the show. There will be sunscreen applied prior to the game. We want to avoid any disasters today.
Yeah, we can't have the sunburn situation on day one.
Yeah, sunburn day 5 or 6. Right. We'll get there. At sunburn day 1, not a good idea.
I'll make sure it happens for you guys, though. Don't worry. But no, it's like I said, it's a great day. Baseball's back. We had the opener yesterday. Today's the home opener at LeCom. So, again, we're here doing a live show. Mitch Keller takes them out. Baseball's back. I'm excited. Now, of course, bear with me. I apologize. I have a bit of a sore throat. So, yeah.
So, with that being said,
kick it off, Jim.
Bet Online. It's the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, Bet Online is your ultimate game day companion with the largest selection of odds on everything from NBA and college basketball to the NHL and UFC. Bet Online continues to be your number one sports betting source. From every three-pointer to hat trick, Bet Online has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. Bet Online, the game starts here. So, as DiNardo has a sore throat today, let's just briefly touch on the opener. Was in Sarasota yesterday against the Baltimore Orioles. Carmen Mlodzinski got the start, and I guess we want to just kind of mention a little bit there. After the game, he put out there that Carmen Mlodzinski's goal this year is to be a starting pitcher, and I mean, good for him. That should be the goal of every pitcher, I think. But I don't know if we want to kind of just share our thoughts on that. I think he's best suited for the bullpen. Sure, go ahead, try to stretch yourself out for a starter. If they can get as many, if you can get like 80 or 90 innings out of Carmen Mlodzinski, he's a long reliever, and he can give you 2 innings at a time consistently, that there's value there. But I'm not really sure if I'm on board the Mlodzinski starter bandwagon, but I just think he's too valuable this bullpen.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with you on that. And like you said, you want your bullpen to want to be starters. That means he wants a more important role on this team. Now, maybe that more important role is going to be him in the back end of the bullpen, but maybe he's working on developing more pitches here. I mean, it can't hurt to want to have that goal. And I'm with Jim, though. I think his value is in the back of the bullpen. But, hey, if you want to have the goal to be a starter, that's not a bad goal to have.
Yeah. Tyler's coming to spring camp with personal goals. His goal is like, hey, I think I could have value to be a starting pitcher. So cool. Like, that's a goal. I appreciate it. However, if I'm looking at this as a team, is the value really there? I mean, we talk about the depth of this rotation as is. That's a strength. You really need him there. Is he really going to overcome the 5, 6, 7 guys that are already like kind of above him in that sense? We need people that are in the bullpen. We need strong guys who can lead the bullpen, and I think he has the potential to be one of those. So it's like Caleb Ferguson all over again. Like, sure, that's cool. That's great. Maybe get stretched out. You can find that. But, like, ultimately what I want to see is you be a really good, productive member of this bullpen so that way we don't have 2024 all over again.
Yeah, and I think, again, there's no harm in stretching him out and letting him go for it right now. I mean, if disaster strikes and there's a couple injuries, next thing you know, maybe Carmen Mlodzinski's in the starting rotation. But hopefully hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully there are 5 guys who are healthy and get through spring who are capable and we feel good about. But yeah, I mean, I've nothing against anybody wanting to be a starting pitcher day one of spring training. But on top of that, let's talk about this first base battle. I want to talk just briefly before we get into this. So as we all know, Spencer Horwitz out with the wrist surgery. He's going to miss a couple weeks of the season, so they're going to need a first baseman for a few weeks. And that's kind of the heated battle here is who's going to be the opening day first baseman. Yesterday, you had 2 guys who really kind of threw their hat down and was like, I'm fighting for this. And that was DJ Stewart, who led off the scoring with a 2-run double in the first, then hit a homer. And then you had Matt Gorski come in later on in the game. He homered and then hit another homer, a grand slam, just crushing the ball. So, yeah, I mean, that's the main position battle to kind of look at, even though it's a short-term battle, but they're going to need someone at first base for a few weeks. So it was really good to see, again, spring training. None of these results really matter all that much, but you'd rather the guys who are competing for the spot be crushing the ball than not. At least it gives you some options.
Sure. And Tyler, we all heard Jim
Tyler's
gloat.
the big DJ Stewart guy.
We all heard Jim gloat about DJ Stewart when we had Alex on the other night. And obviously DJ Stewart did what he did yesterday. So Jim got his little props yesterday. Tell us your thoughts on this first base battle right now.
Well, I think I've been very clear with my thoughts on the first base battle. Personally, I think there are at-bats to be given out to some of the guys who catch on this team, and I think there's some talented bats behind the plate right now that could play first base. Personally, I would rather see that over some of the other options we saw yesterday. But, hey, you need someone that's going to hit a baseball. If it ends up being one of those guys, I'm not going to be mad about it.
And again, I think the biggest thing about it is it's a short-term, guys. Hopefully, obviously. It's not as if we're looking like here's going to be a battle. Here's going to be the first baseman until July, or maybe you should look at the trade market or something. This is going to be hopefully a 2-week thing, maybe 3 weeks, potentially even shorter than that. They're talking 6 to 8 weeks was when he's going to be back to playing in the Pirates uniform in PNC Park, and that was a couple weeks ago. So, this isn't something where it's like it's going to be prolonged. It's like, who can come in here, give us a solid couple weeks until Horwitz comes back. So, yeah, if it's DJ Stewart, if it's one of them, hey, it could be Jared Trill even who's going to start today at first base.
I was just about to mention that. Jared Triolo getting the start at first base today. DJ Stewart also back in the lineup at DH. So right back into things. Derek Hall, someone that we also going to be in that mix. And then, Gorski, who, again, is someone that, we've known about Matt Gorski for quite some time. He was a 2019 draft pick, been in the system now for 6 years. The power we know is there. There's the defense is there. The defensive flexibility is there. He can play multiple positions. So those are some things the Pirates like. The problem with Gorski has always been really the ability to make contact on a consistent basis. And again, can you kind of strike lightning in a bottle for a little bit with Matt Gorski in for a few weeks? Maybe. He definitely showed off the power yesterday, though. He hit 2 bombs.
Yeah, and the thing I think that Gorski provides is the excitement that maybe a DJ Stewart doesn't provide. Because, like you said, you might be just looking to catch that lightning in a bottle for a couple weeks. And Matt Gorski could be a guy that gets hot for 2 weeks and looks like he's going to be an all-star corner outfielder or first baseman. He also could look like he's a quad A player. That's kind of who he is. There's a lot of question marks with him, but there's definitely a lot of intrigue with him as well.
Yeah, the one thing about Gorski, as I mentioned before, too, is he is a good defender. He's a good defender in center field also. And I feel like that's one thing this team also lacks. So that maybe gives him an edge up. Again, it's a couple weeks, probably not really, but it's when O'Neal Cruz has to take a day off or something, who's really backing up center field? I guess Jack, if Jack makes the team, it's Gorski's a very capable center fielder. So that's something he has in his bag that other guys don't. DJ Stewart, as you mentioned, he's hit righties for his career. So there's that potential in that sense. And Jared Chirillo's, he's going to make the roster. He has that flexibility. He plays good defense everywhere. So he could just be there and just be the first baseman for, again, we're just talking about a couple weeks where you're not using a roster spot on one of those other guys as well. That allows them flexibility to get another position or such. So it's going to be a battle. It's off to a good start, I guess. We keep saying, spring training doesn't really matter as far as numbers, but if you're going to see something, you'd rather see good numbers than bad numbers. And geez, guys, yesterday.
Yeah, I mean,
way to kick it off.
I don't think spring training numbers are a good indicator of how the season's going to go. But when it comes to if you're battling for a roster spot, spring training definitely matters. Like, you want to make sure you look good in your at bats. So Matt Gorski, DJ Stewart, both off to really, really hot starts here after one game. So looking forward to seeing if they can continue that. Let's shift focus to today. So Mitch Keller getting his first start of the spring. I would imagine Majinski went 2 yesterday. Maybe that I would assume that's what they're going to hope for out of Keller today, 2 innings. Again, first spring outing, but what are you looking to see from Mitch Keller today?
Pitching Yinza.
To be honest, guys, I don't know if I can look for much from Mitch Keller. I think he's kind of proven who he is. You're penciling him in every 5th day this year. Really, if we're looking for something, it's just stay healthy. That's it with Mitch Keller. Let's see the velocity look kind of where it should be. But for the most part, let's stay healthy. Let's look effective. Let's look efficient. Aside from that, just be Mitch Keller, man.
Yeah, I guess I got to say, what are you really going to get out of the home opener today? You know what Mitch Keller is. It's not that I'm looking like, okay, what pitch is he working on? Like in the past, like I think right now we kind of know what he is. He had a quote, like his goal, 200 innings, 200 strikeouts. He would like to do that. So, yeah, you'd probably like to see an efficient Mitch Keller, but like you're not going to get that today in 2 innings. Like today, I just want to see you out there throwing some strikes, get out of here in the 2nd inning and be healthy. Nothing to really worry about.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. You're not really like looking for anything specific. I think the main thing with Mitch Keller is just making sure that you build up your pitch count, stay healthy, and just like get a good feel for your pitches kind of throughout camp. So results today, I don't really care whether he goes out there and strikes out all 6 batters he faces. I don't care if he goes out there and gives up a couple bombs. Like, that's not what today's about. Obviously, you'd like to see the 6 strikeouts, yeah. But yeah, right now the main thing for Keller, being the veteran that he is, build yourself up, get ready for this season, and just get through camp healthy. That's the important thing right now.
Can I tell you what I'm actually looking forward to about Mitch Keller today?
Yes.
It's listening to Doug talk about him after the game.
Ooh, good point. Dougie Fresh is here. If you haven't seen Dougie Fresh is here. Neil's here. They'll be shooting a video after the game recapping it. So hopefully Mitch Keller has a good outing just to keep himself from the wrath of Dougie Fresh.
Yes. The folks want Dougie Fresh talking about Mitch Keller. We will make that happen for you today. So make sure you tune in later. We'll have the wrap up where Dougie's going to tell his story about how he loved Mitch Keller today and how he's going to have a fantastic season. No, I mean, again, I guess the one takeaway is just like, where's the velocity sit? That's really about it. How are you coming out? After that, whatever.
Yeah, you don't want to see Mitch Keller throwing like 89-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Like that, then I might worry a little bit. But if he's looking normal, we're cool. Whatever. Before we go any further, you want to head and kick it over to Cody?
Let's do it. I believe Cody is somewhere around the ballpark. Cody,
You got me?
What are you doing? What's up?
So I'm here with Doug. We sat down. We were going to do a review of the merch stand. We did it last year. It's way too crowded over there. So I said, you know what? You know how you kick off baseball season? You buy Top Series 1. So Doug and I are going to open up some packs. First person to pull a pirate is going to win here. So Let's get started, Doug. Doug, did you collect cards back in the day? Right, you outgrew them. Well, I think it's going to be a 1-pack deal here. I pulled a Paul Skeens. Doesn't get any better than that, Doug.
Paul Skeens? I think that's an omen.
We get an Adam Mazur Grapefruit League refractor. We got last year's AL wins leaders with Tarek Skubal up there. Right. There you go. Any Shohei card's a good Shohei card, right? But yeah, we're just out here opening packs. This is how you kick off baseball. You open baseball cards.
Exactly. What better way to start the season?
So, I mean, we're excited to be here. I mean, do you want to do two out of 3? All right, let's make them keep us on screen for as long as we can. Well, let's see who else we can get here. I got Paul Skeens' college teammate, Dylan Cruz, one of the chase
There you
guys
go.
in this product. See anybody else good in here? We got a Mark Vientos, Jordan Westberg. So we're just nerding out here, Ultimate Baseball cards. There you go. What back in the day, Doug? What was your favorite set? What year? What did you love? Yeah. Oh yeah.
I had a lot of great cards.
I know my dad. I was going through his old cards. I think he had a Dave Parker rookie card, the Hall of Famer. I want to go back and take it and get it graded and give it back to my dad and be like, "You held on to the right thing."
Yeah. The lady that
Oh, that's the best. There you go. Let's see. Oh, we got an ex-Pirate. We got a Jameson Tyon.
Ooh, nice.
Let's see. The only good rookie we got so far was Dylan Cruz. Well, that's going to be all that I get. That's it. That's the box. But we're having a good time out here. He got 2 Shoheis. I got a Paul Skeens. I think we did all right. So, guys, we're happy to be here, and we're ready to listen to you guys talk about this game coming up today.
Well, Cody, tell us. It's opening day here at Lecom. I think the gates open a bit early.
Yeah.
We know you're a big vibes
Yeah.
guy. What are the vibes right now?
You know, vibes are immaculate. And, you know, everybody's here. Everybody's happy. Everybody's having beers. Everybody's having pretzels, hot dogs. Everybody's ready for baseball season. I think we've all been ready for it. Yeah. Yeah, so vibes are very high. We're having a good time. Some players have come to talk to us. I had a Gold Glover come say hello to me. Went out of his way. Jared
Which Gold
Triola.
Glover?
Jared
There it is.
Triola. It was great. I felt important. There you go. The players and ex-players and broadcasters, they're all out. They're all talking to people. We're having a great time.
it's such a
Really? Wow. Yeah, to have the longevity of this park being here and how beautiful it is, it's something that you can't take for granted. So we're having a great
Sure,
time. Let's hope the
sure.
team has a great time, and I hope the team succeeds. And we're just here to have a good time.
Got the Rob Lowe hat. He's like, I'm just here to hope both teams have fun.
Right, I'm gonna get my MLB cap, and we're gonna love baseball today.
Love it. Love it. Well, Cody, Doug, appreciate you guys coming on. We'll see you soon in a little bit. Have a few beers ready for us.
We will. See you guys.
All right, guys. So yeah, Mitch Keller, who actually just walked right by, right, gets a start today. What else do we want to see today?
It's tough. I mean, it's first game, so like really, I just want to see some baseball. Like to be more than honest with you, like I'm here. I just want to watch some baseball. I want to see some good baseball being played. It's sunny. It's nice out. You're gonna have the crowd. I'm just ecstatic to be able to watch some baseball today. As far as what I'm looking to see, yeah, I mean, again, that first base battle is important. So like, how does Triolo look? I mean, I think we know who Triolo is, but you know, also again, you want him to come out and have the same hot start that we saw Stewart and Gorski have, and Stewart too. Can Stewart, stay hot from yesterday? Brian Reynolds in right field, so we'll get to see a little bit of him there. He hasn't played a ton of right field throughout his major league career, but I mean, obviously, I think he's more than capable of doing that. But yeah, that's that's kind of about it. I'm just excited to watch baseball.
Yeah, I think that's really what we're all here for. Day one, we want to see ball. But I will say there is one guy that I have to go back to every single year, and it's Ke'Bryan Hayes, man. This year, I don't know if it's as much like last year where we talked a lot about we want to see Ke'Bryan Hayes pull the baseball. We want to see him build on what he did the year prior. This year, we have heard Destin talk a lot about the new swing that Ke'Bryan Hayes, some of the tweaks he's made. A lot of people are saying the back feels healthy this year. I don't know if I'm looking for that next step from Ke'Bryan Hayes right now, as much as I'm looking forward to just seeing him look healthy and look like the old Ke'Bryan Hayes. We'll take that at this point.
Yeah, we've been fooled once, twice, thrice, 4 times, right? Seeing how good he looks in spring. Again, it's all about the health, because at the end of the day, if he is what he's been productively, right, offensively, I should say, he's still basically a 3-war player. And like at the end of the day, you'll take that given his contract. Do you want more? I'll absolutely take more, but he can't give you that if his back's not healthy, like he showed last year. So if he's at least healthy, I'll take that. That's what I'm looking for at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, so Hayes at third, Sawinski also in left field. He's battling for a spot on this roster too. I don't really have expectations for Jack Sawinski this year. Like I still want to believe in the guy. I think there's something there. Like I don't think you put up the type of season that he did in 2023 if there's just nothing there when he did it at the age that he did. So like, Jack, can we kind of figure out what we were doing 2 years ago, get close to that, do it on a more consistent basis? I think a lot of the problems that we think this team has right now, they're solved with a Jack Sawinski, with a productive Jack Sawinski. Like a productive Jack Sawinski solves so many issues here because this team is desperate for power. They're desperate for a corner outfield bat, and he could solve both of those problems.
Am I wrong that the season he had, again, his best season came after a bad spring?
You are correct with that. It was after a very bad spring.
So are we looking for a bad game from Jack Sawinski today, followed by more bad games? Is that what we're looking for?
I'm never looking for a bad game out of anybody. But if that's a sign, hey, who knows? I think last year Jack had an okay spring.
I thought he did too.
I don't think it was great by any means, but it wasn't bad. But yeah, like I said, a productive Jack Sawinski solves a lot for this team.
And you know what else a productive spring training Jack Sawinski does? It makes me buy into Matt Haig right now.
Boom. And that's big too. And Matt Haig's here, a whole new philosophy. We'll see if that plays into anything. Hey, old boy, Adam Frazier returning. He can hit. I'm not sure this version can. He's on the team. He's going to be starting off leading the lineup today. So, I mean, again, he's on the team. What version of Adam Frazier returns, we don't really know. But I'll say this. The guy I'm really looking forward to as well, the guy who just walked by here, the guy that made me very happy to see is nobody you're seeing on your opening day on this lineup today. I'm very happy to see Vogelson back. We've seen him now a couple times. Vogelson returns.
Vogelbach.
Why did I say Vogelson?
You were thought you got Ryan Vogelbach.
Ryan is back. Yeah.
No.
Vogelbach
Daniel
returns.
Vogelbach.
I'm so excited to see him.
I was like, who in the hell are you talking about?
He caught my eye. I looked out earlier and I was like, oh shit, that's right. He is back. And yeah. Again, we're talking about happy things. Fives. I'm just glad to see him in black and gold again.
He is in a good mood. He's got a smile on his face pretty much nonstop.
Yes.
How can anyone not have a smile on their face right now, though?
With the hat looking like about this.
I don't know. I feel like if you're like a special assistant to the hitting department or whatever the title is, and you're here, it's 70 and sunny. I'm smiling.
Absolutely.
There it is. So yeah. So I guess outside of that, they're playing the Twins today. But again, lineup: Adam Frazier, Brian Reynolds in right, Ke'Bryan Hayes at third, Jack Sawinski cleaning up in left, Triolo at first, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa at short, DJ Stewart DH, G1 Bay in center, Jason Delay at catcher as well. I just want to throw some things out there too. Like IKF, he's going to be the starting shortstop this year. You know, we've debated and talked about that. Is that the right move? Today we're going to start seeing like how he looks out there and holding Manny down, shortstop full time. And Jason Delay, like that's kind of some talking points too. You know, like this catching battle we know Joey Bart's going to lead the way. Andy and Henry Davis are kind of unknowns. Jason Delay's that solid depth piece that, he's going to be in probably the minor leagues to start with at some point, but, he could have some action for some insurance, if Andy and Henry don't really work out.
I mean, right now, Jason Delay's on the team in my mind. I feel like Henry Davis, unless he comes out here and just is so impressive this spring, I think Henry Davis starts in AAA. I think Andy Rodriguez starts in AAA. Just to get some bats in. I don't really trust either of them right now. I trust Jason Delay. I trust Jason Delay to be able to handle this staff. I trust him to be able to go up there and give at least professional at bats at the plate. If Jason Delay is the backup catcher to start the year behind Joey Bart, I feel like that you could be in a much worse position, and that allows Henry Davis and Andy to kind of ease into the season a little bit more. But yeah, I say unless one of those two guys just lights up camp and establishes themselves as heads and shoulders above Jason Delay, Jason Delay's on the team in my mind.
I think the other thing about that is that if either of them do light it up in camp, being Henry Davis or Andy Rodriguez, I still don't know if they're on the team as a catcher at that point. It might be at another position because you mentioned it's a younger staff here. You want Jason Delay behind the plate, dealing with the Paul Skeens, dealing with Jared Jones. You're probably a little more comfortable with that. But if Henry or Andy were to light it up, and I'd say more Henry probably, Andy's starting in AAA no matter what. But I think Henry does have an outside shot, but I don't know if it's a catcher to break camp.
I think we've heard enough that those guys are catchers. I don't think there's a chance that Andy Rodriguez plays anything but catcher. I think that Henry Davis, right field / first base experiment, whatever you want to, he hasn't even played first base, but I'm under the impression both those guys are catchers and catchers only at this point.
I guess I would think they might carry 3 catchers at that point. I think that would be a possibility.
There's potential in that. But again, that's why this catching battle is also interesting outside the first base battle, because there's 2 guys that are really unknown with a tons of talent that you're hoping to take the reins to be what they can give you. Because again, this team needs them to come out. This team's going to be good. It's because Andy and Henry have broken out in some way. Right. And Bart's still basically doing what he was doing last year.
Well, they need Bart to stay productive. I don't think Bart needs to do what he did last year, but they need Joey Bart to be better than San Francisco Giant Joey Bart. They need Bart to be productive at the plate and be able to handle the pitching staff. That is going to be very helpful because again, the power is pretty lacking in this lineup, and you're going to be relying on Joey Bart for some of that power.
Right.
You're also looking for offensive production, and getting it from the catcher position will help you out a lot, especially when you have a third base and a first base that you might not get typical third to first base offensive production.
I agree. Because shortstop, you don't know really what you're getting out of that position offensively. You don't know what you're getting third base. Hayes could hit 2023 Ryan Hayes, and we're in really good shape. But if he's what he's been his whole career, you need to get that offensive production from somebody. And Bart is one of the few options where, he can hit the ball over the fence on a fairly consistent basis. He crushes lefties. We saw all this last year. I don't know if he needs to necessarily be as good as last year, but he's got to be productive at the plate for sure.
Yep. And I guess lastly here to touch on, again, G1 Bay playing center field, not Ono Cruz. That's the reason I talked about Gorski. He can play center. Outside of Cruz, who's manning short or center, who do you firmly believe that can play the position when he's not going to be in the lineup? And again, a big part of Jack, I guess you could say that, but Jack has to make the team. So G1 Bay is going to be in center field today, but the same situation. Do you really trust G1 Bay is going to make this team? He's on the outside looking in as well. So what do you guys think about the center field situation right now? Also,
the Pirates need O'Neal Cruz to play 155 games in center field. I think that's kind of where we're at.
Okay.
If Cruz does get a day off, you've got Tommy Pham, who just walked by us. He's more than capable of playing center. You've got Brian Reynolds, who can play center if you in a pinch if you need him to. I think they have options there. I don't think a guy like Bay has any shot of making this team at all. I'd even feel comfortable throwing Billy Cook out there for a game or two if you need to.
Very true.
This team's going to need O'Neal Cruz to play center almost every game.
Yeah, I think if O'Neal Cruz doesn't play, maybe not that amount of games, but he's got to carry the load heavily here in center field. If he doesn't, the team's going to struggle a little bit, honestly, because they need O'Neal Cruz to carry the load out in the outfield in general for all three positions, as defensively and offensively. So, yeah, I think G1 Base probably outside looking in. It's a pretty extreme uphill battle for him to make this team, I think.
Yep. I mean, especially with the signing of like Adam Frazier also. You're just limiting reasons for him to be on the team. All right. Well, guys, anything else we want to discuss and talk about for today?
You know what? I'm looking forward to seeing if Nick Solak gets in today. Another star from yesterday we didn't talk about. Louisville legend, Nick Solak. Yeah, that's the non-roster invitee. I would assume so. Maybe. I don't know. He got drafted after his junior year, so maybe not. But those guys all go to school year round, so maybe. But no, yeah, my dude Nick Solak. Let's see what he can do.
All right.
He had to go there, didn't he?
Anything else you want to add?
No, I just hope both teams have fun. I'm with Cody.
All right. So predictions. Any predictions for today?
I'll go ahead and say DJ Stewart homers again. DJ Stewart's going to homer again, and like people are going to start talking about opening day first baseman DJ Stewart. Other people other than me.
Ty?
If we're throwing out our predictions, I said early in the year I was a Jack Sawinski backer this year. I'm going with a Jack Sawinski home run. I'm running it back like I did last year with the Brian Hayes home run. I called that one. I'm calling a Jack Sawinski home run today.
Well, I'm running it back also because last year I predicted a Jared Triolo home run. The wind was blowing, not so much today. But you know what? This first base battle is hot already. He's the next guy up. Jared Triolo home run for me today.
Okay. That first base
hot.
battle is going to be hot. It's going to be hot.
So there it is. Well, everyone, is that it for today?
I think that will do it, guys. So we're looking forward. Game 1 from Lecom, Game 2 overall. But like I said, it's the home opener here. It looks like it's going to be a great crowd. Weather's perfect. Yeah, let's go watch some baseball.
I'm excited. Cody's got our beers, right? Let's go.
You know what? He's over there, and I don't see him holding any beers. No, so we may have to get our own.
He's making Doug do it.
I'm just looking forward to a hot dog, guys.
Well, everyone, we'll be back tonight with the again the wrap up. Doug and Neil will be out doing that, and we return Monday. They're in Clearwater. Probably not going to that game, but we'll be back right here Tuesday against the Braves once again at noon.
And we'll have Starbucks on Monday.
Yes, and Starbucks on Monday. So I guess until then, bye-bye.
See you guys.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.